Today is my last day at MCE, and I've been thinking about sending an email. And then I thought, no, let me actually send a video message. What I want to communicate today is what have I learned at MCE? What am I taking with me? What do I want to be? What do I become? A lot of things I've learned at MCE. Kevin Muschetti, my boss, he always told me, Mitul, I want you to be a business leader, not just a marketing leader. You have it, you can do it. Wolfgang Hombrucker, CFO. Um, is it all about numbers? Well, actually not. With Wolf, you really have to be on top of your game because he will ask you brilliant questions. Dale Tompkins, I don't think I've ever met anyone with such a strategic mindset like Dale Tompkins. But then I've also learned how to include a full book on a PowerPoint slide from Dale Tompkins. The other things that I've learned at MCE, Gemba Walk, Echo Charts, Harvey Balls. So a lot of fond memories in that regard. The other things that I've learned, and I wish I have it, is the calmness of Gerald, Colin, Holfess, Greg Weber, David Miller, my longtime colleague at Xantrax. Anything is possible for Mr. Miller. And I kind of applied that when I interviewed Jonathan Haley, a government official who had a positive experience with zero RPM technology. And I was told that the government officials never talk on camera. They never endorse a system from a private manufacturer. And I succeeded in getting a testimonial from him, which I consider to be my price testimonial. And I've interviewed more than 300 people in my career. Um, Mr. Arriaga and Mr. Bob Mitchell from Perky's. You know what I learned from them? You don't really have to drink to form strong customer relationships. There are also things that I feel will haunt me for the rest of my life. Like I had made a comment, and it was a joke really, that the most athletic sales organization at MCE is Kuzmol, and Denny Graham and Brian Cassell and these guys kind of remind me of that all the time. There was one instance when I really liked, I'm fond of blazers, and so Larry Rambo was sporting a green blazer, and I kind of made fun saying that, wow, I like that color. And says, Tool, do you realize how long it has taken for me to wear this green blazer? It's more than 2 decades of service to the trucking industry. The point here, there are no shortcuts in life, right? You have to work hard to earn it. So that's what I learned. Um, One thing I could have done, which I did not do, is to form an MCE Cricket Academy. As you all know, I'm a big fan of cricket. And for those who don't know, the Cricket World Cup is actually being played in the United States right now. And US actually has a cricket team. So if there was an MCE Cricket Academy, three lanky bowlers, I would call Holfess, Bob Mitchell, and Evan Miller, would certainly have made it to the United States cricket team. With all this, so what am I taking with me? Well, the skills, the wisdom, the experience, and the mindset to think like a business leader is what I've learned in my past 5 years at MCE. Now, before I answer the last question in terms of what do I want to be, what do I become out of all the experience, all the knowledge that I've gained at MCE, I do want to talk about my team. I think I've assembled a wonderful team. I've learned a lot from my own team as well, like Edward, no matter what you do, ROI matters. Celia Bishop, always ready to take on the challenge of organizing an event, whether it's in Arizona or it's in Alaska. She's always there, ready. Matthew Fong, I mean, he dives deep into his projects and he asks probing questions. He has grown by leaps and bounds over the last 3 years that he has been working with me. The other members of my team, Val, Elissa, Jasmine, Dipani, Evan Miller, I'm so blessed. And honestly, there's a bit of a regret that finally I have formed a team that's so balanced, perfectly balanced. And it's time for me to say goodbye. But there are so many memories to cherish. And I also don't want to forget my colleagues at Xantrax, my old-time friends, as well as those who have recently joined Xantrax. It's been wonderful working at Xantrax all these years. Again, I do not want to offend anybody. There are a lot of people. I mean, I've learned from everyone, but I just don't want to turn this into a long, boring video. But one name I would like to mention at the end is Justin Perky, JP. JP was the president of Perky's when we acquired them, and Justin and I had a conversation about marketing. And after that conversation, Justin said, Mitul, Perky's marketing is yours unofficially. You can be part of sales meetings. You can do whatever you want. You know, he had the instincts and the guts to trust me, learning that I was so passionate about marketing. And he has become my reliable and trustworthy colleague and a friend. So finally, well, where do I go from here? And what do I want to be? The way I think is that if I can embrace a little bit from all the great people that I worked with, I would become a perfect professional, a perfect business leader, a perfect marketing leader, and a perfect human being. And I know I'm probably talking about climbing Mount Everest. It's a tall task, but hey, you know what? I'm aspiring that. I'll go for it. But thank you all for a wonderful journey at MCE. And yeah, I hope to keep in touch with you all. Thank you so much.